What's good, YouTube? It's Rage Real. So in today's video I want to show you guys what I believe is the glitchiest split black formation inside of Madden 22. So if you enjoyed this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn those post notifications on. So first and foremost, I am in the Tennessee Titans playbook. Again, I'm in the Tennessee Titans playbook. Now, the formation, of course, you can see is the split twins. And what's really nice is that we can actually get 3 receivers out there and 2 running backs out there, which in my opinion is really, really glitchy because we're going to have some great matchups when it comes to opponents trying to play man coverage. And there's a lot of bombs out of this, which you guys are going to see in today's video. So without further ado, man, let's go on and dive right into it. Now, as far as personnel goes, it honestly depends on if I want to bomb their coverage or if I want to actually dot them up and down the field. Now, how I'll probably do this is part 1. You guys are going to see how I like to do bombs. Now, keep in mind, bombs are just meant for, every now and again. It's not meant to be ran, once a drive, every single drive. That's not how bomb plays work. But I just want to do bombs so you can know how to do it. And then in a part 2, you guys are going to actually see me use this in gameplay so you can see exactly how I scheme, my regular offense into this. This is not my main offense, I should say. Just want to make sure I make it clear. But what I do is, if you guys are new to my channel, I basically just take schemes that I like. Well, I take formations that I like, and then I make schemes out of that formation and I bring it to you guys. So anyways, as far as personnel, it doesn't matter. Just have your best 2 receivers here. Sometimes it's better to have them here. Sometimes it's better to have your best receiver here, and you guys will be able to see that. Now, you want to make sure you do have 2 running backs in. That's really important. So we're actually going to put Chris Carson in. Actually, we'll put in, I believe, is Dallas faster? No, we'll leave it like this. Chris Carson and Rashad Penny should be back there too. Yep. So we'll leave it that way. Now, what I will say, please make sure you do not touch the tight end spot. So, like, let's say you like Will Dissly, don't go and sub him in here. If that's the case, go ahead and do it inside the depth chart. Again, do not mess with anything on the tight end or you're going to mess up the packaging. It's been a problem in Madden for years now. So what you want to do is actually go to packages and you want to actually go to 3 receiver, which is going to be right about here. So 3 receiver. So notice how it puts our 3rd string receiver in. So if you want your whatever receiver you want right here in the tight end spot, sub them at your number 3. So let's say you're playing with the Chiefs and you want Tyreek Hill at the tight end spot for whatever reason, then you would simply go to your depth chart and you will move him from receiver 1 to receiver 3 in the depth chart, and you will come back here and you basically reset it and then he'll show up right there. So please do not mess with that tight end spot or you will not be able to have 3 receivers out there for the rest of the game or practice, whatever one you're playing. Unfortunately, that's just a glitch that has not been patched yet in Madden. Now, moving on. So the only play I'm talking about in today's video is going to be this post halfback corner. But I want to show you guys, what all the other plays is in the offense. So they have corners, which is really nice. They have halfback off tackle, which is a good run play. Inside zone split is good too. Those are the 2 best, well, only 2 run plays, but they're really, really good, to be honest with you guys. And Texas is really great. Texas is really great. There's actually cover 3 beater out of Texas, which I may do. Texas, okay, I'll probably show you guys since that is a nice cover 3 beater. And we can also bomb cover 3 to the other side, so we can actually bomb cover 3 to 2 sides, well, 2 sides of the field. I threw the hell of 3 fingers, but we can bomb cover 3 2 different ways. Honestly, it's really cool. So yeah, so in this video I'll be talking about post halfback corner. So let's go ahead and choose post halfback corner. Now, as far as defense goes, I'm being 3-3-5 odd. Now, the only reason I'm in this is because I want to show you, man. I want to show you cover 4. I want to show you cover 2. And I want to show you a match coverage example, so I chose cover 6. Now, one thing I will say is that cover 4 and cover 6 are the only zones that can't get bombed. So the coverage that we can bomb cover 3, and we can bomb cover 2, and potentially man coverage depending on what kind of variation of man they're playing. So just want to make sure you got a heads up of what's going on in today's video. So let's go ahead and come out in cover 3. Now, with cover 3, you guys can see, so we're going to be running this to G. Alexander's side, and I'm doing that just so you can understand that it's not like a corner-based, speed-based or something like that. It doesn't matter if it's a outside third, you're going to be able to bomb it. Now, for the setup that I love to do, there's a couple of them, but one thing I do like is that you can actually motion your receiver outside to make him an actual receiver. So sometimes I do like to play around with that, but if I want to bomb somebody, I normally don't. Or if I do, I motion them out, make them come back, and I actually do them a hitch route. So just in case I get like a blitz, or if I need to basically playmaker somebody, I have that receiver available to playmaker. So I'm gonna block my running back, and the reason why is because I actually want to have the ability to playmaker as a receiver, just in case it doesn't get open how I want to. And you guys are gonna see that in a second. Now, the only thing I like to do is just take circle, put them on a zig route, or put them on a flat route, whichever one, it doesn't matter. So basically, worst case scenario, we have a spacing concept on this side. So if for some reason we had to roll out to the pocket to the left, which you should never do, then at least we have something to read, if that makes sense, you know. So that's kind of why I like to do that right here. So this is the setup right here. Now I had the guy spy just so I can have time, because I don't want to keep having to run this play over and over again. So let me go in and show you exactly why I like this play. So notice how we have that hitch right there, but what you're going to be able to realize is that we're actually going to be able to throw that ball right over the top of that cornerback's head for a one-play touchdown. Now, it's important that you please go and practice this throw, because you're going to have to kind of throw it kind of funny, because you have to aim, you want to aim it up. So when you throw it, you want to aim the analog stick up to throw it over that cornerback out there, because if you try to throw it to the sideline, you're going to throw a pick. Honestly, you will, because I know some of you guys might be tempted to throw this ball out here to let them go get it. Please do not do that. So watch what I do. I kind of step up in a little bit. Well, right here I didn't, but you want to step up and you want to push the ball up. So you want to push it up here that way. So you want to make sure you don't throw it out here, because a lot of times if you do that, they'll be able to click on and pick it. So be very, very careful with that. So basically, it's self-explanatory. You just want to wait till you cross the safety, and then you can tell the cornerback is going to be slow and reacting, and we're able to bomb it, honestly. So I'm going to show you one more time, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to back off that cornerback just so you can see that, you know, it doesn't matter if they back him off. Anytime he's in the outside third, he's going to get bombed. Now, you can run it, so if you're short on time, you can just take circle, put them on a flat route, and you can literally run it just like this. I just like having my receiver actually be on the route. That's just me personally, versus my running back blocking. Versus my running back being on the route, excuse me, and my receiver blocking. I like to kind of, you know, invert that. So basically, my receiver is now the one doing the route, and now my running back's blocking. That's just me personally, though. And what I was trying to tell you guys, that if for some reason it doesn't get open, you have the ability to Playmaker's X, which I'll show you. But you can tell right there, you basically want to throw that ball up, and it's basically a speed race at that point, and they will not be able to let him click on and pick that. I promise you, they won't let them. As long as you throw it right, they will not. But if you mislead it, then they definitely will be able to pick it off. Now, this does not bomb deep half, so I just want to make sure you know that. But I want to show you just real quick, just so you can see, like, okay, if they play deep half, then that's what Rail was talking about when he said the playmaker. So I'll just go ahead and show you that. So for whatever reason, if they play like cover 4 drop, or a maybe a match style covers that is not meant to bomb. So this is mainly for, I run this versus cover 3 specifically. Cover 3, yeah, Pacific, we'll just say with that. So cover 3 specifically. Now, I just want to show you this real quick too. So like I said, if for some reason it's not open, so let's say it wasn't open, so boom, notice how quick I could playmaker him, and then I can actually, you know, get yards up the field. So that's what I meant by, like, you know, if you don't like what you see, just go and playmaker that guy. You can playmaker him anyway, and I think that's actually really, really overrated. And honestly, there's a lot of nice route combos we can do just from having that hitch route right there, which is why I said this offense could be really deadly, honestly. So also, I did say you can bomb cover 3 a different way, so I do want to show you that here. So let's go to Texas. Now, this is mainly for if they're zone dropping. If they are not zone dropping and they're actually pressing our slot receiver on circle, I don't like this play. Which first I'm gonna show you what happens if they aren't pressing, aka if they have zone drops turned on. I'm gonna show you why I like this right here. Now, with the safety directly in the middle, it might not get as open as we like, but essentially what's going to happen is that this corner route is going to pull that outside third outside, and this little streak route, this little unique little streak, is going to kind of hold that safety in the middle, and that's going to allow us to split the safety right here. So hopefully I can show you. Well, he does get pressed, so it might not work as good as we like it to, but you can tell right there we are able to wiggle and actually still complete that pass. So quickly, I'm actually going to shade over the top, and the only reason I'm shading over the top is to simulate a zone drop, because when you shade over the top, they actually do not press, and we don't want our slot receiver getting pressed right here, just so I can show you that, hey, you know, it does work. So again, you want to take circle, put them on a streak, and you can literally just snap the ball like this. That's the only adjustment that you need to do. So I just want to show you that, yes, it does get open. So watch what happens. Even then, I threw it too early, but you could tell it's still going to get wide open. So if they're playing any style of zone drop cover 3, you can split the seam just like that. Or if they start trying to move that safety, like say like on defense, if they try to be slick, you know, like I said, bring that safety down over here or something like that, which no, they shouldn't do that normally. They'll probably bring them about right here, because they'll still be mindful of that tight end if they're anywhat decent. And then guess what? If you see somebody doing that, guess what we can do? We can actually just turn around. We don't even have to motion that guy. We could go ahead and do this kind of route concept right here. And then guess what we're going to do? We're going to go ahead and bomb them to the other side, if that makes sense. But it's going to make it an easier bomb. Right there, you can tell I threw it wrong, and that's what happens when you do throw it wrong. So you want to be patient and wait in the pocket. So anyways, moving on. So let's talk about cover 2, because cover 2 is the other covers that we can actually bomb out of this. So now keep in mind, if they're playing a deep half, please know, like if they're playing middle third, excuse me, so if they put this linebacker in the middle third, you won't be able to bomb it. But if they do that, please run the ball, because they're going to be susceptible to the run. Now versus cover 2 or match coverage, what I like to do is take X, I like to put them on the out route. I like to smart route his out route. I like to take circle, put them on the drag, and then I like to go ahead and motion them across. Now, there's also another setup I love specifically for cover 2 that's going to work the same way, but this is more of a match coverage beater, but I wanted to show you that it can also beat, I'll show you the, I'll show you that. So that one's for match coverage. That's for any type of cover 6, cover 4 quarters, cover palms. So specifically for cover 2, what I would suggest you do is just use this setup that I'm about to give you. So for this setup, you want to take X, put them on an in route. You want to smart route his in route, and you want to take circle and just go ahead and motion them across. Now, this is a setup that I really love versus cover 2. You want to let him sit outside on the sideline. So as soon as he crosses the hash out there, you want to go ahead and throw it. So now, if I don't get a throw out of sack, you basically could tell how the safety actually is going to split, and we're actually going to be able to throw that. So anyways, I actually clicked on the wrong thing, so I'm actually going to go back into everything and then show you one more time. So let's go back to split twins. And then let's go to post halfback corner. We're going to go back to 3-3-5 odd and then come out and cover 2 this time. Now, quickly, I'm going to run it for you again. I'm going to show you and replay exactly what I was trying to explain to you. So let's take X, put him on in route. We're going to smart route his in route. Then we're going to take circle and just motion him across. Simple setup, but it's really, really effective. So circle, you want to wait till he gets outside the numbers and you want to snap the ball because we want that right safety to get moved over. And what we're going to be able to do is actually have that nice gap. Now, I could have threw that a little earlier. But I just kind of waited a little later just to show you that if you didn't hit it right away, it's okay. But this is my favorite way to beat cover 2. And also, this is still a nice man coverage beater as well, which I'll get to man in a second here. So basically, you want to make sure that this route is motioned all the way past the numbers. And the reason why is because we want to widen that safety. Look how the safety has to get widened because we're past the numbers. So he has to get out there. And what's going to happen is that that's going to widen this throwing lane that we have created right here. Now, what's cool about this is that the safety on this side cannot help out any because he's getting widened out by this route right here. Notice how he take a couple steps outside. And what's going to happen is that this mid-read is going to end up getting glitched out. So notice how he acts like he's going to cover it. And then he's like, oh, wait, I can't cover that. It's not my responsibility. And by that point, you want to throw the ball right about here. You normally want to throw the ball right about here. So notice that I kind of threw it a second late. So you want to wait right about here and then throw the ball. Okay, I threw it on time. Yeah, so you want to wait right about there and then throw it on an upward angle. And then a lot of times you'll get this right here where you just get a nice little rack animation. And a lot of times you're going to have a one-play touchdown. So this play is good because no matter where the user, so if he's on this vertical hook, he's going to have to either play this hitch route or he's going to have to cover this himself. So no matter what, we have an open dot regardless. So if they're putting this guy in the middle third, then basically you'll make a 1-2 read between this curl route and this in route, which is why I said it's really, really nice, honestly. So that's how I love to actually dissect cover 2 like that. Now, moving forward, next thing we're going to talk about is cover 6. So what I was trying to explain to you guys, so I'm going to spy these two. Actually, I'm not going to spy anybody, so I'm just hope I have enough time because I want to show you a true cover 6. Now, I am going to press because most people, when they play match coverage, they love the press. Now, versus match coverage, the setup that I really love to do is actually take circle, put them on a drag. I like to take X, put them on an out route, and then smart route is out route just like this. And then I like to take this guy and motion him across for the drag. Now, this setup is really nice because a lot of times you're going to have that backside drag or you're going to have that slant. It all just depends. So notice how I hit the wrong button. Actually, I was looking at circle, but I'm going to go back into replay and just kind of show you why exactly I like this setup. Now, you can put them on a drag or a slant with circle. I chose a drag because if it's man coverage, I like drag routes better. But what's going to happen is that this quarter out here, he's actually going to match onto the running back. And this, this quarter, excuse me, is going to match on the running back. This quarter flat is actually going to match on our running back. So naturally, what's going to happen? They have nobody out here to account for this route right here. So you could put them on a slant or a drag. It just depends. They both are going to get literally wide open, but a drag is going to get even more wide open. Because if you put him on a slant, he'll be about right here. Sometimes, you know, they'll do an animation where this guy kind of like breaks it up somehow. But drags are always going to be your safest bet. And now, the user is normally going to be on the 3-rec. So right here, this is your 3-rec right here. So basically, what the user is going to have to do is to actually take this drag all the way. But if he takes his drag all the way, so if he runs with this drag, you want to throw this ball immediately. So the reason I say that, you want to throw this ball right about now and then try to low ball it. Just be very careful with this route. Or another thing I like to do, which I'm going to show you this too. So I'll take R1 and actually put him on an option route. So let me go back to cover 6. Let's go to cover 6 real quick. Let's go ahead and press 2. So sometimes I'll take them and put them on an option route if I know they're using that 3-rec, excuse me. And I'll take circle, still put them on a drag. Take X, put them on an out route, smart route is out route. And so now we're going to motion mode. So basically on this, we're pretty much picking on that soft squat on this side. So you just want to make that little simple read. And a lot of times you're going to be able to tell that R1, oh, actually he did sit. Okay, cool. So you actually want to take them, just put them on the manual out route. But I'll do that real quick. Why not? I'll do that real quick. It's no problem. So let's go ahead and press them real quick. Alright, I'm not going to spy anybody because I don't want to mess with the assignment. So let's take R1, put them on an option out route. We're going to take X, put them on an out route. We're going to spot route his out route. We're going to take circle, put them on a drag. And then we're going to go ahead and motion them across. Now, you always can have square. It all depends on what kind of zone they're playing. But you can tell right here, circle does get open. But I was trying to show you that R1 definitely does get open too, because we're actually picking on that soft squat, because that soft squat has to respect that out route. So quickly, I'm going to show you that. I know I'm talking a little fast. I want to get through this video. But basically, if I notice they're playing a lot of cover 6 or a lot of match coverage and are using a 3-rec, then what I would do is actually use this double out route, because the soft squat has to stay up top. He has to. That's part of his responsibility. So what's going to happen is that you can actually throw this route right here and you get about 3-4 yards, or if you get like a good animation on him, you could get 5-6. You can really just be annoying with that. So you're basically making the user have to pick between whichever one he wants to cover, because naturally a 3-rec will not cover that. And also, what you can notice too, man match, it plays okay, but sometimes you can still have this throw, depending on, especially if you have like a Alvin Kamara, you have like a CMC, you could just literally be annoying with this throw right here, because they'll have to go use that if they want to play match cover. So you have plenty of options, which I was trying to explain to you guys. Now, last but not least, well, cover 4 drop. We'll show you cover 4 drop. Now, cover 4 drop, I'll talk about it in part 2 a lot more, but basically you can't bomb it. So I'll show you the play that we tried to bomb with. So circle on the flat route and then block our well, we'll take our we'll put our tight end on check and release. Why not? Actually, oh well, it shouldn't matter. But anyways, what I'm trying to explain to you guys is that it's not going to be able to bomb it. You can tell right there, it doesn't bomb it. So please do not run it against cover 4 drop. So just wanted to make sure I did say that. Please don't run it against cover 4 drop, trying to bomb it. Now in part 2, you'll see how I love to move the ball on different type of zone coverages, like actual dots. But right now we're just talking about bomb play. So cover 2, excuse me. So if we're talking about man coverage, sadly you can't bomb it if they're in a shell like this. But what we can do is put our best receiver right here where Tyler Lockett is, and you can actually split the safeties in man coverage, which I'll show you that here. So my favorite man coverage setup is take an X, put him on an out route, smart run his out route, take circle, put him on a drag, and then we're going to go ahead and motion that drag across. Now, normally you want to make the same reads as you do match coverage, so you want to look for triangle. Normally that route's going to always get open, but square, it also can get open. So basically, if you get a super win at the line of scrimmage, you have a chance of bombing man coverage with a safety, well, 2 safeties for a 1-play touchdown. It all depends on if you get a super win. So basically what I mean is, like, notice how we get a win right here, but it's not a super win. So if you get a super win, a lot of times he'll be able to stick his foot in the ground and you can split that safety. If you have, you know, a really good matchup or you get a really good animation, you can. But under normal circumstances, they're going to cover it just like how you see it. So sometimes you still can have that throw. At that point, it's really up to EA whether they're going to give you that or not, as you guys know. But essentially, other reads that I like is going to be this out route right here, because we have a receiver running it, and normally it's going to be some type of safety on him. A safety or a cornerback. Normally it's going to be a safety though, and you'll be able to break down right here, and you can tell a lot of times he's going to be able to win that matchup because he's an actual receiver. Now drag routes are going to do great against man coverage. Normally they do good against over the top or motioned over where they can't get pressed. And remember, this is our best receiver running a drag route too, and a lot of times it's going to be a lot of contact like that, like you see. So drag route, and this is normally my first read. This is normally about my second read. It all just depends on what that drag route does, because this route right here is a sleeper route. It normally always wins, and sometimes they actually run into each other. These two right here, they run into each other, and when they do that, it's going to open up this route tremendously, which I'll show you one more time, because a lot of times that does happen. So my read progression depends on the user. A lot of times it's going to be the drag route, like I said, then it's going to be the running back, and then sometimes it's going to be the out route, and then it's going to be the post route, if that makes sense. So sometimes that's how my read progression goes. Now, let me go back to man coverage. So if they play man, let's say they play a coverage like this, or any type of purple, and shade over the top, what you're going to have happen, I'm going to spy these people just so I can have enough time. Normally what's going to happen is that we can actually have square for a potential 1-play touchdown. So I'm going to take circle, put them on the drag, go ahead and motion them across. And I spy those people just so I can have a little bit of time to show you. So a lot of times they play over the top coverage. You can actually throw it past that middle third safety because he'll just keep running. You can tell that middle third safety does absolutely nothing. And you have a chance for either a big gain or a 1-play touchdown. Now, that route is really great. So you might be saying, "Real, why is that route so great?" And it's great because it's going to be hard to zone drop. Look how far this route is ran. Look how far that is. Look how far of a throw that is. They cannot zone drop that far. And if they zone drop that far, guess what we'll throw? We'll go ahead and throw this out route. You know, like right there, they play pretty okay coverage, but you can still lowball that a lot of times because he's, you know, you can lowball that for sure. So that's why I said that this route is just really good because they cannot use everything. So a lot of times they're going to be running with this drag route because when they shade over the top, drag routes are going to win against man coverage. And this route right here, if they don't zone drop right, this route can definitely win too. So it's just, it's just too much for them to handle, honestly. And It's just really nice in my opinion. You can still put this guy on a curl route if you want to. Notice how he comes on a delay curl. And now what we essentially created is a playmaker. So basically we can actually playmaker this guy if we need to. So this offense could be really deadly, to be honest with you guys. But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I do hope you guys have a blessed day. I'm Rage Real, and I'm out.